Scafflogic introduces you to a world of logic. Hello and welcome to the world of Scafflogic. In this training video, I would like to demonstrate how to work with netting and sheeting when building a scaffold. In this presentation, I will be using Liar Speedy Scaff Scaffold. If you are using a different scaffold brand, you may notice that I have different measurements and components. As you can see, we already have two scaffolds built for this session. We have a normal section, which you can see in 3D here, and on the other side we have another scaffold with different kinds of equipment on it. We have an outside console, we have an access column, and we even have a stairway column. Let's go back to our plan drawing. The function for sheeting and netting is the same, and it can be found in the content menu under Scaffold. It is not found underneath the menu section because this function will be applied to the whole scaffold. Let's scroll down and we see there are two options, sheeting and netting. If we apply sheeting, we can't apply netting to the same scaffold. There is of course a trick to applying both items on one scaffold, which I will show in an advanced techniques video. Let's go for the sheeting for now. When we go into 3D view, we see that the sheeting has been applied to the scaffold. Let's go into the elevation menu and have a closer look. As you can see, the scaffold is built a little higher because the plastic is going up and covering the top level. If you want to change anything, you can always right-click on the content menu and go into Sheeting, Properties, where we have several options. We can tell the system that we want to cover the outside console by switching on Cover Outside Console. We can cover gaps. If you have large gaps in the scaffold, you can still cover them with sheeting or netting. We can also control how high we want the sheeting to be, and in this case, we will just set it to guardrail height. The distance from the ground can be adjusted. We will set the distance to 200 centimeters. Let's see what happens when we click Apply. You can see that the plastic is moving up to the desired height. You can also choose if you want to erect the sheeting vertically or horizontally. And finally, we can choose the width of the sheeting you want to use, depending on your stock. We will click Apply and perform the same operation on the other scaffold. First, we will left-click on the scaffold, and in this case we will add netting, which basically does the same thing as sheeting, but with a different product. We will go down to Netting and select Add. Let's switch to 3D view to see how the system reacted to our request. On the one side we have the plastic, and on the other side we can see the netting, which is a little bit greener in color than the plastic sheeting. Notice that the outside console is totally covered. And here, near the access column, we see that there is a hole that allows us to get out of the scaffold, and the same thing for the stairway tower. The system automatically generates extra plastic and netting to go around corners, into the wall, and for mounting to the wall. The final thing the system does is to calculate what adjustments must be made to the anchors to hold the extra weight of the plastic and the netting.